Liam Cooper back in the starting 11 with the armband on again, having come into the action in the latter stages of that midweek match at Hull City. 4 changes to the Leeds starting 11, and significantly Glenn Kamara gets his first start since arriving from Glasgow Rangers in the transfer window. Leeds United will be all in white, and Watford will be in their traditional colours, albeit in a less than traditional format of yellow and black. They do call them the Hornets, and they have a somewhat striking home shirt this year that they'll be playing in this game this afternoon. Huge chorus of marching on together to precede the action here as the two management teams prepare to make their way to the dugouts down below. And Daniel Farke, I'm sure, will be hoping that after seeing his side draw on 3 occasions here previously, today's the day. Today really, in a sense, needs to be the day. Leeds need to get that first home win on the board.
Yes, it's really important. Any team, of course, that you're going for promotion, or you want to win titles, your home ground is your fortress, and that hasn't been the case here. We haven't lost, but we're not putting those 3 points on the board. I think things are coming together, certainly away from home, but with 3 home games in the next 4, this is the time now to try and push on.
Absolutely. So Leeds go away to our left-hand side as we watch from under the West Stand roof, just to the left of the halfway line here. It's a fine day in Leeds in West Yorkshire. We've had heavy rain in the build-up to the game in the last couple of days, but today, broken blue sky and some sunshine, as you can see, and the temperature is reasonable, it's pleasant. Not quite pleasant enough for Tony to shed the coat, mind, but still pleasant.
It's not that warm, come on. You know what, it's perfect conditions out there, that's what I do know. Not much wind. The pitch has had a bit of sprinkling of water, so the ball will zip around. The crowd are ready. Let's get it on.
Let's get it on, indeed. Watford remain in the huddle. In fact, they look towards the... well, they're waiting for Bachmann, the captain, who's just been through the formalities in the centre circle, to make his way into the group, so they can have a little chat together. Leeds have done all that stuff and are just ready to get at it here at Ellen Road.
Yeah, Shackleton playing right back, a little more comfortable there. Byram back on the left-hand side, but Glenn Kamara, that's the one I'm really interested to see how he gets on, because certainly can play the holding position, but also I think more as a number 8 getting forward. So let's see what he can do today.
Archie Gray, who's had a magnificent start to the season for Leeds United, is, I think, in a sense, maybe rested. He's on the bench for this one today, but at 17 years old and a bit, it's no wonder that Daniel Farke has decided that maybe just take him out the firing line for a game, maybe even see him before this one's out. But he's done really well for Leeds so far. Pascal Struijk early on is fouled to win Leeds a free kick, as I think we're anticipating that Watford are going to be pretty direct here, and are going to, much like Millwall perhaps last weekend, are going to be intent on getting the ball forward as quickly as possible, as often as possible.
Well, we saw it there, didn't we? Just a hump up the pitch. Rajovic actually jumps into Pascal Struijk. Foul all day long.
Meslier scuffs the clearance under pressure as he played it. The Leeds have recovered well, and Pirro can carry the ball forward for Leeds United now. Joel Pirro skips through the first challenge, not the second. Referee waits and sensibly watches the action unfold before then awarding Leeds another free kick.
Well, take your pick of fouls. Just looking at Jorginho as well, he's still feeling the effects of the previous challenge as well, but really good counter-attack. Sprung forward. Just see Jorginho there, just tenderly walking. He's still feeling his leg.
So Leeds have a chance here to maybe take a strike at goal. It's quite a long way out, but I wonder whether Somerville or Pirro thinks that they can take one go at this one rather than bring teammates into the action. That's the way it's looking at the moment, it has to be said. And it's very central as Pirro steps away. Somerville also leaves it for Pirro, who actually clips it up towards the far post, where Struijk was waiting but couldn't quite get the header into the box that he wanted, and Leeds end up only with a throw-in on this near side Still a chance to put the ball somewhere close to the edge of that Watford penalty area.
Just clipped it too far. Did Pirot to the back post.
Ampadu delivers the ball into the path of Strauch. And now Liam Cooper on the halfway line. Shackleton down the line, near side for Dan James to attack the penalty area. Good ball into Shackleton, cuts it back to James and just couldn't turn the ball off his left foot inside the post, and it skimmed off and went wide instead.
A really good move down this right-hand side, but the options in the box were plentiful, and Glenn Kamara as well was rushing in there, but the ball came to James. Jorginho, look how many white shirts are in and around that penalty area. That bodes well.
So it will be a Watford goal kick, which has already been taken. And Bachmann, the Austrian international, goes to the edge of the penalty area. And when it's clipped forward, it's Ampadu's underneath it, first time at least. And then it's delivered out to Martins on this near side, the Brazilian. Forced a little back by Dan James' presence. And it's picked up by Porteous. And then played onto the head of Sam Byram, back in the starting 11 for Leeds, after making his 150th appearance for the club in the game at Hull, the latter stages of the game at Hull on Wednesday. Chasing the ball as well now, Byram, good header, into the path of Somerville, lovely ball, Jorginho, penalty area, into the middle, oh, just beyond Somerville, still alive for Leeds, Pirot. Ampadu! Great save from Bachmann. Looked like that one was just going to beat the keeper in at the post, and he reacted and got his hand and pushed it away.
Oh, brilliant save, because his weight was certainly moving to the right-hand side. He had to fling himself back the other way, but really good move. Just couldn't quite stick it in the back of the net, but Jorginho, certainly his run out to the left-hand side was wonderful. The ball across, unfortunately evaded a white shirt.
Back with Meslier. Bright start from Leeds United. Inside 5 minutes and a couple of chances created already. Meslier content to slow things down a little here as he walks the ball out the penalty box and then gives it to Pascal Strauch. We have a mixed audience of those of you who can see the pictures today overseas and those who are following an audio commentary. As Leeds are in the centre circle with Somerville losing possession. Well, it's an ambitious chip from some distance out from Louza, but it was never troubling Illan Meslier.
No, so we will start to play out from the back again. Actually, a fan before the game says that he gets really worried when Meslier gets on the ball and just puts his foot on it. There you can see the ball across from Jorginho. Just couldn't quite find that white shirt. Good strike, wasn't it? But that's a heck of a save as well. Strong left arm. But Meslier, that's what he's supposed to do. Just trying to get a movement from the Watford strikers that he'll then play the other centre-half, and that's how we set off.
I'm with your man there.
Yeah, I know you are. That's what I was trying to explain at Britain. There is a method to the madness.
Yeah,
how's that?
I get that. I get it. Throw into Watford, far side, level pretty much with the edge of their own penalty area in front of the East Stand. Referee today, by the way, bright orange top that he wears, because I think Watford have so much black on the front of their shirt, is Jeremy Simpson. And here's Meslier. Leeds probably felt they didn't get many favours from the referee, certainly in terms of the red card on Wednesday night. Having seen the first incident back, the first yellow card seemed a very soft call indeed.
Well, it wasn't even a foul, was it?
The second one maybe was not a challenge to be made when you're on that yellow card. Good move, James and Shackleton. James comes forward with the ball, holds it up, and then plays it into the box. Lovely ball in. Jorginho's sprung the offside trap, and Bachmann again at full stretch to just push the ball away from goal.
It's wonderful play again, and the ball in is absolutely superb. And Jorginho just staying the right side of the defender. Dan James just hooks that left foot in the middle of the goal. And Bachmann again, it's a nice height for the keeper, yet his reactions had to be very quick, and they were.
Kamara to Ampadu. Spread wide, but unsuccessfully. Still, Byram's done well over there, initially at least, and then Referee calls foul, so that will be a Watford free kick.
I think what's pretty clear already is that this is a team that I'm not sure they can park the bus. So teams coming here, will on the line-up, 4-4-2, 4-5-1, or 5 at the back. But this team here, I think they do try and play, and that I think may be a good thing for us.
It's been a lively start from Leeds. Still defending to be done here, though. Strauch. Well done. Oh, Ampadu. Oh, my word. What on earth happened there? Liam Cooper completely lost his bearings and almost saw the ball roll past him with a striker bearing down on him, and eventually has to be happy just to hit the corner flag and get it out on this near side.
Don't panic. My goodness. Just the ball back to Ampadu was one that Liam Cooper should have just dealt with, but he turned away and thought Meslier was getting it. Well, a bit of a panic there.
I'll say.
For no reason.
So Watford go from the throw-in all the way back to Bachmann, who's been a busy boy so far. Back into the middle for Porteous, and now back to Bachmann. He plays a short pass to Hoot, the Dutch defender. Martins, nice little ball in to Lewis. Takes it away from Strauch. Martins has it again, swings the ball cross field into the sunshine. Byram marking Ince. Familiar figure of Tom Ince. Has the ball again for Watford. Will get the regulation boos and catcalls, all to do with his dad. Now then, Shackleton for Leeds United. Down the line it goes, but don't think the white shirt's going to get to that one before it rolls over the touchline. That'll be a Watford throw in.
But yet again, Ampadu, just his positioning in front of the back four is superb. The way he cuts things off and then just really gets us going there. And we saw Coops getting in a bit of a tangle.
Had to get contact on the ball, though, which he managed to do, because Rajovic was right over his shoulder and bearing in on goal. Strauch against Rajovic, wins the header to Somerville. To Kamara, and back it goes to Byram. And Byram to Liam Cooper. Liam Cooper moves up to 3rd place in the list of all-time Leeds United captains with this appearance this afternoon, behind Trevor Cherry and far away in front Billy Bremner. And he has the ball now. Been a great servant for Leeds United. That statistic tells you that. Into Pirro. Now Ampadu. Back to Pirro again through the middle for Leeds. Trying to build an attack here. Watford crowd the Leeds players out. Cooper has to win a header in the centre circle.
It's a foul again. Rajovic just jumped straight into Cooper,
who intercepts well there. Kamara to Ampadu. Forward it goes to Pirro. Pirro wide. James has got to get to it, and does get to it. And now can look towards the penalty area. Dan James lifts the ball in towards the near post, invitingly for the goalkeeper to come and collect it.
He didn't see Pirro. Pirro was asking for the ball either straight away, and then he still made a yard or two of space for himself. Dan James there just need to get his head up. He's trying to put it into an area rather than pick out a white shirt.
Watford with Bachmann to Porteous. Last time these two met was in the Premier League at Vicarage Road. Comfortable victory for Leeds United on that occasion. And earlier that same season, when they met here at Ellen Road, it was Leeds United who came out on top 1-0. It was a 1-0 thrashing, basically, with Llorente scoring the winner. Strauch, a game that cost the Watford manager at the time his job. They've had plenty more since.
Yeah, absolutely.
They're on, I think they're on 19 in 11 years now, aren't they?
Wow. That is a hot seat.
The hottest of hot seats. Shackleton on the halfway line. Back to Pascal Strauch. And he opts to go back to Meslier. And now Cooper. Further wide to Kamara. Liam Cooper now looks forward before looking wide. Leeds just inviting the challenge from the Watford man. Rajovic just patrolling across the middle there. Strout carries the ball forward. Pirro. Back to Cooper. Liam Cooper further wide to Glenn Kamara. Back to Cooper again. Patient play from the home team. Looking for the opening. Now then, Somerville. Great work. Somerville into Jorginho. Jorginho into the penalty area. Plays it on to Somerville. Can he cut it back from the byline? He can. And it's gone behind, and that will be a Leeds corner kick. Lovely, lovely play from Leeds United.
Yeah, once again, I think once we get into full flow, find those little bit of space in between the midfield and defence. Running at defenders, that's a real problem for Watford here. The ball from Jorginho just pushed Somerville a little wide and deep, but once again looking dangerous.
I wonder whether Jorginho did Watford a little bit of a favour there as well, because there was a clip on the heel.
Could have gone down.
Going.
Yeah, could have gone down.
Somerville then to deliver the ball into the penalty area. Gone deep. Cooper waits. Bachmann gets there before him. And it's a strong punch from the keeper. And Leeds end up with a throw-in on this near side, which Shackleton has come forward to take. We move into the 14th minute. Still goalless here at Ellen Road. Cooper under pressure, may go back, does go back. Meslier back to the captain. And now Pascal Struijk. Shackleton's got a little bit of space on this right side. And Liam Cooper is the pick out. Byram sets off down the left and then stops his run when nobody spots him. Maybe Kamara now though. Kamara into Somerville. Somerville rides the challenge. Back to Kamara. Kamara through, looking to thread the ball into the path of Dan James. And it was just behind him. Leeds win it back well with Pirro. Now James has space. Into the penalty area. Dan James trying to get it on the other foot. And then it eventually is just kicked into touch for a Leeds throw-in on this near side.
I think when Watford try and get it through the lines, they're really susceptible to us winning the ball back quickly and then finding space. And yet again, it's exactly what happened. Keep trying to play out from the back, please, because I think we'll get more chances.
Ampadu in the middle. Back to the halfway line and Cooper. Cooper through the gap for Pirro in the Watford half. Now to Shackleton. Shackleton further wide to James. James infield to Pirro. Pirro moving the ball up towards the penalty area. Shackleton, back it comes to Ampadu. Quick passing from Leeds. James, lovely turn in the box. Pirro thought there was a chance for a shot on goal there, and he directed it goalwards, but no power in it. And it was an easy pick-up for Bachmann.
Spun really quickly, knew where the goal was, just tries to get his shots off. But Watford certainly playing four at the back, but it's Pirro in his positioning, I think, which is causing them plenty of problems.
Ampadu, brilliant challenge to win the ball back for Leeds in a dangerous place. Jorginho tries the low drive. Well, that was in hindsight probably not the decision, because he scuffed it badly and the shot went miles wide.
Well, unfortunately, it wasn't bad enough for James to be able to tap it in. But yes, he just picks the ball up and thought, let's let fly.
So Leeds look to keep the pressure on Watford. That was all set up again by Ampadu, snapping into the challenge, high up the pitch.
He's been superb, hasn't he, Ampadu? Really has become such an important player for us.
Big fans' favourite as well. Quickly, a repertoire of Ampadu songs have been developed and displayed by the Leeds fans. As Jorginho finds space in behind here, only one in the middle. It's James, and it actually arrives at him, but it flies in towards him, and not a lot he could do with that one. Came off the top of his head. Won back again by Ampadu. Leeds keep the pressure on. Great pressure from Leeds United. Right at it at the moment here. Pirro. And look, the space for Somerville. Edge of the D. Still there for Somerville. Shoots. Loops up in the air off the defender. Martins picks it up for Watford. Shackleton quickly back at him. Fouls him, I think. And that's the referee's idea as well. And so it will be a Watford free kick just in front of Daniel Farke.
Well, it has been a really good start, but the one thing that is missing is a goal. And this was fired across from Jorginho. And unfortunately, Dan James, I just think if he was 3 inches taller, just might have more of a chance. Had to fire it across because Bachmann would have got it otherwise.
As again, the pressure's applied. Kamara, it worked well because it breaks for Strauch. And now Cooper and Kamara once more. Glenn Kamara in the middle for Leeds United from the off today. Liam Cooper. Takes his time, weighs up his options. Ampadu provides assistance.
Well, Watford are quite happy for him to be on the ball. That's why they're leaving him and waiting to see what he does.
Shackleton. Back to Strauch. And Meslier a long way out the box. Cooper. And maybe carry it for Leeds here. Byram set off again down the left-hand side. He's putting the runs in, and he's well, he hasn't even picked it up on this occasion either, but he waits as potential support. Ampadu instead is the out ball. And now it comes for Somerville, just outside the area, trying to jink his way through a crowd of yellow and black shirts. Leeds come again with Kamara. And now Strauch in a hurry to get it forward for Leeds United once more. Shackleton waits wide. Strauch waits behind him. Ampadu has it instead, and now good play to Shackleton. And then a little ball. Well, James probably should have made that run. He stopped, and Shackleton played it into an area he wasn't occupying. He's done well to win it back. Quickly loses it again. Leeds not slow in getting into the challenges in this one. Well played, Liam Cooper.
Well, the pace is a bit too much, isn't it, for Watford? They're trying to play their football, but we are hustling them out of possession quite comfortably.
Kamara back to Cooper. Across the back to Pascal Strauch. 19th minute, 0-0. Pirot under a bit of pressure. A push on Pirot there from Serralta.
Well, Serralta's the one that's got the problem. Does he drop and pick up Pirot, but Pirot then drifts off him. And you can see the holding midfielders now just watching the ball. Pirot is floating into those spaces when we do get possession.
Meslier. Short square ball to Pascal Strauch. And back it goes to the goalkeeper. He'll be doing well in the pass stats in this first half. Takes his time. I'm sure it wasn't meant to go to Ampadu like that.
Excellent ball, Meslier.
If it was well disguised. Leeds come now with James. Jorginho set off outside of him. James slips. Still there though for Pirot. Pirot into Jorginho, offside. And as he hits the back of the net, the flag is raised to bring celebrations to a swift conclusion.
Just coming back from an offside position, but what I like about Jorginho's game is that he really is using his strength. He understands it's going to be physical. And just there holding the defender off, swivelling, putting it in the back of the net. Yes, I know it's offside, but it's important for him and his mindset that he feels confident enough to do that. You can see coming back from a long way off.
So Leeds have hit the back of the net, but it doesn't count. And the scoreline remains goalless here as we move into the 21st minute. Cooper's header picked up by James beyond Jorginho, but then given to Somerville. And when the clearance is finally made, it hits the back of Crescencio Somerville and spins out over the far side touchline for a Watford throw-in.
That was Porteous, the centre-half. I must admit, he doesn't look the quickest of players, and I think down that channel over there, Jorginho, Somerville have already ran him once or twice, and he's been found wanting.
Sam Byram. To Jorginho. Good turn. Almost a little ball into the path of Somerville. Well read by the defender to block. Cooper. And now back into Pascal Strauch. Strauch up to the halfway line. Shackleton with a run on this near side. Overhit by Pascal Strauch. Caught in maybe 3 or 4 minds, I think, there. Pascal Strauch went inside. Saw Shackleton going outside, then thought, what sort of ball do I play to him? And played it into touch.
It was definitely more than two minds, wasn't it? It was all over the place. But that is important that the centre halves, they do drive forward, they commit players. And if they are blocked off out wide, just keep going.
Back it goes from Hoot to Bachmann. And then Porteous gets the return ball just outside the penalty area. Loser comes deep. Bachmann has it. Play out again. Ampadu straight in. Great challenge again. Looks for the potential killer pass that doesn't really present itself there for him. So he comes back to Struijk instead, and maybe he'll get another go at it. Ampadu timed through the middle there, wasn't he? Kamara helps it on to Liam Cooper. Cooper wide to Somerville. Down below, subs appear down the touchline for Leeds. Somerville attacking the penalty area. Great run, brought down. No, not brought down. Wow, okay. So Jeremy Simpson sees nothing untoward with the challenge, and Watford get a goal kick.
Well, I think it's one of those where Somerville thinks the challenge is coming and kind of runs into the defender, but I do think that...
I don't know.
I think it's a bit of a push, isn't it, for sure there.
What's that?
I thought it was a shoulder, but the shoulder turns into the arm and the elbow and the hand, and that's a foul.
That surely is a foul. And not only that, given the position, the potential, it could be a card as well. Anyway, it didn't happen. Jorginho, shoulder to shoulder with Porteous. Kamara, great challenge. Gets it to Jorginho. Challenge is flying in. Now the free kick is awarded to Watford. Kamara's at it in there, isn't he?
Yep. Started well, Bright. And you can see his positioning as well. It's further forward. He does like to join in. And when you have got a lot of possession, having another option further forward, I think, is important.
Watford take the free kick square. Martins inside Shackleton. Good little touch off by Shackleton. That was important. Got the ball back for Leeds with Ampadu. The three of them have done well there. Now Jorginho, and he's played it for Somerville, who tries to get in behind the last defender, and Bachmann unconventionally slides out of his penalty area to make contact with the ball, and then again frustration for Leeds as the referee awards Watford a free kick which they've taken quickly. On this near side, Martins on the ball into Lewis, bit of space for him. Lewis to attack the penalty area before James gets back. Still there for Watford though. Kone across the middle, good interception by Kamara. Still the home side having to defend though, with Watford in possession just outside the penalty area. In it comes to Serralta, forced back into the centre circle. Hoot out to the near side of Martins. Martins forward it goes to Rajovic, won back well by Cooper. And now Struijk will give it to Meslier to try and establish an air of control over what has been probably Watford's longest period of possession in this game.
You're right. They certainly passed it around better that time without really hurting us and getting into our last third. So just have to be wary that they still are a threat, certainly. When we have the ball, committing bodies forward, make sure we're okay on the counter. But I'm looking at this half thinking, you know what, we should be ahead here, and that's what's missing, a goal.
Looping header from the edge of the penalty area, and Porteous dives in to direct the ball into the grasp of Bachmann. And he rolls it short to Porteous again. Jorginho trying to take the ball off him. Cooper's header straight into the path of Loser. And then on this near side, Martins. Field, and then back it comes to Hoot. And then good foot in by Ampadu. And now Jorginho. James is outside. Somerville in the penalty area. Somerville! Oh, stabs it goalwards. And Bachmann again, full stretch to keep Leeds United out. Somerville still in the penalty area. Just puts it into the middle, but into an area where there isn't a white shirt. Leeds try and win it back quickly. Pirro calls for handball from behind the goal. Referee sees nothing wrong. Shackleton goes in hard to try and win it back for Leeds, and Rajovic gets in front of him. Shackleton He's nibbling away at him, and then Jorginho does well. Oh, brilliant from Jorginho. And now absolutely clattered there. And Jorginho's footwork was wonderful. The shift of weight. And that's the retribution for that moment of skill.
Absolutely brilliant from Jorginho. I fell off my seat. I've had to get back up again because I tell you what, the footwork from Jorginho was superb. But no, it's the work rate to get there first and then see you later. Another little almost nutmeg there as well. And Seralta just gets his body in the way to bring down the Frenchman. Hopefully he's okay, but seems to have landed on his shoulder. Looks to be a bit of pain. Here's the early opportunity for Somerville. Takes it nice and early, stabs at goal, which wasn't quite in the bottom corner. And Bachmann, nice height for the keeper, but another really good move and a good ball from Jorginho.
I think Jorginho might be suffering from whiplash here. Such was the speed of movement that took him away from a crowd of Watford players.
I think what we're seeing from Jorginho is a player that his confidence is building, and he's working extremely hard. Clearly at times the right option is what he needs to get slightly better at, but what you have got is a player with plenty of ability. And let's hope he's okay, because he's having a fine game so far.
100%, yeah. Doesn't look entirely happy. It's the shoulder, I'm sure, that they are manipulating there delicately. And may need a bit of help back to his feet here, which he gets.
Well, I think he lifted him up by his shoulder, so that can't be too bad.
Yeah, I think he's okay, isn't he? I think the arm's moving okay. Usually hangs by the side if that's the big disappointment is he can't be in the middle of the penalty area for the incoming free kick. So Somerville to put the ball into that box.
Look where Perot is. In front. Oh, finally a Watford man gets in front of him.
Shh.
Yeah, sorry. He was listening.
Somerville across the penalty area. Rajovic just hoofs it up in the air over his own crossbar and behind for a Leeds corner.
It's an excellent ball. It really is an excellent ball, but we just need to be flying in to that sort of area.
Somerville, as Jorginho is still not allowed back on the pitch. That's what you can hear some of the whistles for in the background.
30 seconds.
It's crazy. Leeds player is injured and still is not allowed back on for 2 set pieces. Finally, so
we're going to wait.
Worth delaying the corner now, isn't
crazy.
it? As Jorginho takes his place in the middle. Somerville, good ball into it. Comes out for James, trying to get it to sit nicely for him. Kamara now, first time ball for Ampadu. Can he cut it back? Loops it into the middle. Strauch's underneath it. Forced away from the box to Cooper. Just not quite sitting right for a Leeds United player in there, and they come all the way back to the halfway line. Start all over again with Shackleton. Now Somerville down this right side. Dan James makes a good run. Cuts the ball back into the middle. Comes for Pirro. And then Shackleton rather gets in his way. Somerville just outside the box. Leeds players queuing up here. Byram now. Left side to Kamara. Kamara forced wide. Probably needs a bit of support, does he, on that far side. Kamara holds the ball, keeps it away from his opponent. And then Byram is blocked off by the sliding challenge, and Leeds end up with a throw-in.
It just won't quite drop for us, will it, in and around the box. We're certainly putting them under so much pressure, having a lot of possession in good areas as well.
Late challenge there by Rajovic on Liam Cooper.
Well, Rajovic, I mean, he's done it so often already. Got to get a card, surely, because a couple of times the aerial challenges, he's not even looking at the ball, he's just jumping straight into the man. And there, a late challenge on Liam Cooper from behind.
Yeah, and I think there's a strong case for a yellow there, but nothing given, just the free kick. So Somerville again. As Leeds put a line of white shirts just outside the Watford penalty area. Somerville out wide. Into the middle it comes. Beyond Cooper, and Cooper's apparently pushed his man to the ground. So that ends up as a Watford free kick in the penalty area.
Porteous was the one that was pushed by Liam Cooper.
Into the final 15 minutes of the first half, still await the first goal. All the pressure has come from Leeds United. All the chances have been created by Leeds United. Bachmann's made 3 or 4 good saves already. It all counts for nothing unless Leeds can take advantage. Oh, Cooper,
Surely this
high
time.
boot.
It's crazy.
And Leeds wanted to take a quick free kick as well. And this time Rajovic is being summoned to the referee.
Well, if this isn't a yellow card, it's ridiculous. Oh, come on.
Well, there's your answer.
Oh, well, don't do it again and again and again and again. He's already been fouled or given away 4 or 5 fouls already. And there again. High boots, dangerous play. Surely that's a yellow.
We're treading a fine line at the moment, aren't we, between with the extra tolerance of challenges.
Which again, you know, I don't mind. That's absolutely fine. But do it once, do it twice. He's had 3 or 4 goes at it, and he's got away with it all.
Leeds have got to make sure they don't get caught here. Kamara reacts quickly. Gets there ahead of Tom Ince, and it goes back to Meslier. Pirro, up his own half. Wide to James. On to Pirro again. James can't get it, the return ball. And Martin's on the halfway line.
Great pressure.
And Jorginho caught in the face as he challenged for that one, drops to the ground. Cooper, in the meantime, goes back to Meslier in the penalty area.
Jorginho still feeling his face. Caught one in the chops there, didn't he? He's certainly in amongst it, Jorginho.
Championship football, it's a battle, isn't it?
It is.
You've got to win that battle. Sometimes you've got to win the battle before you can start to win the game. Meslier here for Leeds to Liam Cooper, who's been in the midst of it in the last few minutes. Wide ball, Byram takes it down nicely. Somerville again on the chest. Porteous gets in ahead to give Leeds a throw-in deep in that Watford half. Somerville pushed in the back there. No, apparently not. And Watford it is who end up with the throw-in.
All the chances we've had as well today, I don't think one has fallen to Pirro just yet. And he's playing well. He's finding good spaces, but just like to find him that space inside the 18-yard box and get the ball to him.
Porteous. Lewis rolls away from James and Ampadu, but then given straight to Shackleton. What can Shackleton do here? He can drive on for Leeds United. Still going into it, Pirro, and then he leaves it run for Kamara. Back to Pirro. Pirro chips the ball. He saw the run wide of Byram, and it had to be diverted away from Byram at the cost of a corner kick.
That's why I think Pirro does really well. He's drifted into those spaces. He sees the pass as well. Trying to find Byram on that far side. And it was just a challenge from Kone on Kamara. He's gone down, but now he's up. He's okay.
Yeah. Somerville to take the corner kick. Somerville, Ampadu, heads knocked out towards the edge of the area to James. James back into the middle. Comes out towards Kamara on the edge of the box, who heads it as far as Byram. And now Somerville. Somerville up to the edge of the area to Strauch. Strauch plays it square for Shackleton. Pirro's come out to pick it up. Leeds just holding possession high up the pitch, but trying to work out what to do with it here. Given away. Only briefly, though, before Byram wins it back off the Watford man, Somerville. Good work by Somerville. Still going edge of the area, curls his shot goalwards, and it's central, and Bachmann's able to stretch his arms above his head and catch it underneath the crossbar. Certainly
good play initially. Nice 1-2. He's asking a lot to try and stick it in the top corner from there. Not beating Bachmann because that was pretty central, but Somerville's looked lively and bright, full of ideas and invention.
Ampadu looping header up in the air on the halfway line. Shackleton can't get to the second ball, and it's Kone who has it. Goes back. Jorginho pressurises Hoot, so he goes back to Bachmann, and now Porteous. Porteous up to the halfway line. A little bit of space. It's played through the channel for Rajovic to chase. Great work by Byram to get there ahead of him, and then to play it up the line. And then Somerville comes in to get in front of his man to win it back for Leeds United and get it forward to Jorginho. Now Jorginho spreads the ball into the middle to Pirro. Pirro outstep, pass for Dan James. He's into the penalty area. James goes down under the challenge. Referee gives a goal kick.
Not a penalty for me, unfortunately. I'd love to say yes, but James is certainly playing for that one. Jamal Lewis gets back with plenty of speed as well.
Well, Daniel Farker thinks he's seen a penalty.
Well,
his arms are outstretched in protestation.
Another look at this. Pirro's fantastic ball, certainly onside. And as he gets it, tries to cut across, and he's falling into Jamal Lewis for me. Falling in, not enough there for a penalty.
And the home fans are probably not quite in agreement with that one. And the manager probably isn't. I know what you mean, though.
Well, it's a challenge.
I think as a defender, you'd probably be pretty happy with the way he'd work.
Yeah, it's a challenge that, you know, might be. But I'd say 10% of the time it's a penalty and it's dangerous. But yeah. I think certainly James was, you know, looking for it and didn't get fouled enough for the penalty, if that makes any sense.
Not really, Tommy, but anyway.
Okay, forget it. It was a penalty, Bryn, all day long.
Martins on the near side. Suddenly Lewis pops up at the other end to attack for Watford. Little ball played out to Martins, who cuts in towards the edge of the penalty area. Ampadu, right place, right time once more, just to sweep the ball into touch for a Watford throw in. And Lewis has picked the ball up and throws it back towards the halfway line to Hoot. And Hoot with the left foot over the head of Cooper. Byram defends. Kamara trying to find Jorginho, breaks instead for Pirro. And look at Somerville shooting down that left side. Pirro going through the middle again to Dan James, trying to cut it back into the middle, James, and it comes off Hoot, and it will be picked up then on this near side by Lewis. Pirro fouls Martins. Wasn't much in it, but enough for Martins to drop to the ground. And then it's given, well, it's Jorginho not retreating at the free kick, is it?
Yeah.
And it's one of those really cheap yellow cards.
We've seen that before, haven't we? You just can't do that, but there's so many other times in this game that should have been yellow cards that...
Well, how about a yellow card for taking the free kick before the referee's given the signal? I don't know, just asking for a friend. Crowd not happy, players not happy. He's not covering himself in glory here, Jeremy Simpson, is he?
No.
Maybe some of the decisions are correct, but they are not.
Well, we haven't got the rub of the green. There's been, you know, other decisions which haven't gone our way. But we've just got to keep it calm. Jorginho as well now, yellow card. We saw what happened to Joe Rodon.
Yeah.
So concentration, play sensible.
Yeah, and a sense of grievance doesn't really help, does it?
No, certainly not.
As we move into the final 5 minutes of the first half. Backman. And then helped out wide to Ince from Rojovic. Ince up to the edge of the penalty area. Byram defends successfully. And Byram defends really well.
Wonderful.
Kamara helps him out. Good defensive work by Sam Byram there.
Well, hard to see how he could have got out of that situation, but he knew. It really was good play.
Byram it is, ball in hand. Looks like he's going to hurl this one down the far side touchline. That's the early impression. Pirro's coming really deep, just trying to maybe drag Loser out of the play. Watford win the throw. Strauch clears. And Porteous waits on the halfway line. Further back to Hoot and Lewis's square of the Dutch international. And it's played into Martins. Works it away from Ampadu to Kone. Kone with a short ball to Serralta. Chilean. Back to Kone again.
Fortunately, Kone dallied on the ball because Tom Ince made a really good run. Kone didn't see him or give him the ball.
And it's Watford in possession once more on the edge of the centre circle. Again, first time in the game, really, that they've been able to try and dictate the pace as Leeds try and win the ball back to take the initiative from them again here. Jamal Lewis pursued by James. Kone then pursued by Ampadu. Still he manages to work the ball to Porteous. And now on the far touchline it's Ince. Cuts it back for Porteous and then played into Serralta. Now back to Ince, and then down that far touchline Ryan Andrews commits a fairly clumsy challenge which is going to earn him a yellow card.
Finally.
And you can hear the reaction of the home crowd.
Yeah, absolutely. Shocking challenge. Again, that one had to be a yellow card, but so did one or two previous challenges. This time Coops gets there. Just a little nudge. Gets the player Andrews out the way, and he certainly took retribution, taking Coops out completely.
Back on his feet, the captain. Ryan Andrews, yellow carded, son of another former Watford player, Wayne Andrews. And Liam Cooper will take the free kick for Leeds with a couple of minutes of regulation time remaining in this first half. There'll be 3 or 4 at least, I think, to be added on. Ultimately, Cooper leaves it for Meslier. He must go long, and does go long. Porteous and Jorginho. Jorginho rolls off the back of Porteous. Play continues as it spins up off Somerville. And it's hit the corner flag, but I think it's gone for a throw-in rather than a goal kick, hasn't it? Yes. So Leeds can try and keep... Oh no, surely that was it is a throw-in. What is it? It looked like the referee. I understand what Backman was doing there, because it did look like he was indicating the goal kick. But then he's clarified the situation, and it is a throw-in to Watford, right by that corner flag. They try and get it out the crowd, but Byron wins a header. Porteous the second ball, and then Kamara for Leeds. He looks like he's fouled in there, and the referee has given Leeds United a free kick. It's all a bit scrappy, all a bit messy at the moment, which is probably not suiting Leeds.
No, we can't quite get back into our rhythm again, but at least now we do have a free kick. And Kamara using his body well, but the foul, the tackle from behind is now out. Somerville over the ball.
Plenty to aim at. Edge of that Watford penalty area. Somerville curls the ball in now. Porteous heads it clear. Ince helps it out wide, and Somerville will probably let it run for a throw. He does indeed. As we have 30 seconds before the board goes up. Byron will take on throwing duties from Somerville. Into Somerville. A little hush descends over Ellen Road. Leeds trying to press and create more here. Pascal Struijk. Out to Shackleton. James into Pirot, now laid off for Shackleton. Shackleton skips past the first challenge, unfortunately runs into the second from Lewis. Unfortunate that. Leeds still trying to win it down in that corner. Jorginho helping out there. And Jorginho tries a bit too much, actually. 3 added minutes to be played at the end of this first half.
He just tried to win a corner kick, but missed the play with the ball, unfortunately.
So Backman will probably take as much time as he can over this goal kick. As I'm sure Watford will be happy to get in at this scoreline at the interval, given how much Leeds have dominated this first period so far.
It's been one-way traffic, hasn't it?
Cooper, looping header forward. Somerville falls into his opponent. And Andrews wins a free kick. And the referee, again, causes the home fans a little annoyance. One of the 3 added minutes is gone. Porteous cuts the ball back to Hoot. Channel ball over the head of Martins. Leeds throw in. And Shackleton has to go and get the ball back himself. Leeds, who played Sunday, Wednesday and now Saturday. Flicked on by Jorginho in his own half. Strout battling with Lajovic. Referee gets the flag from the assistant far side to tell him that's an offside. And Leeds United have a free kick with a few now in the ground, deciding that with a minute to go in this first period, it's time to go and get refreshment in the concourses below the stands. Still, maybe is there a chance for Leeds with Byram on that far side. Sam Byram trying to get past the marking player. Ball goes out. Leeds United have a throw in. Back it goes from Byram to Kamara. Kamara into Ampadu. Plays a looking to put the ball into the path there of Byram, blocked off, and Watford hold the ball and then win the throw in, and that will probably see us through the remaining time in this added time period at the end of the first half. And Watford will probably be content just to keep the ball somewhere over on that side of the pitch as it goes down the line. Cooper wins the header, flicked on by Pirro. Somerville. Porteous stopped him in his path. Ampadu emerges with the ball, and then James. Oh, James is... Well, there's going to be a free kick for Leeds here, because James was almost looked like a punch there. It was an arm thrown into his face, and he dropped to the ground immediately.
It certainly was, but again, it's great work from Ampadu, who cuts out the ball, and then James tries to wriggle free, but high arm, wasn't it, from Loser?
Wasn't a good challenge, that.
No, not at all.
So maybe is there time enough? We're into added time here. Is there time for Leeds to get this ball into the box? They certainly can't hang around, that's for sure. Somerville steps away from it. Pirro's there as well. Pirro it is, towards the far post. Cooper's header, looping up towards the far post, and Bachmann, and it's still in there, and it's gone out, and the flag is raised, and that will be a goal kick, and that will be the last action of the first half that Leeds United have dominated from start to finish, and Bachmann has made a number of good saves. And the big question here is, how on earth are Leeds United not in front?
That's a good question. It's been a 0-0 battering, hasn't it? Star man has been Bachmann. That tells you all. So what we need to do, of course, is score. We are so much on top. Melié's had next to nothing to do, but we just can't quite find a way through. It's been a wonderful performance, apart from the goals. Let's hope we see them second half.
So platform established, but Leeds United need to go on now and do a bit more, score a goal. That's the order of the day. Half-time scoreline here. It is Leeds United 0, Watford 0. Leeds United get the game underway again. Shackleton as Leeds kick from right to left. Pascal Strout with the ball across the back to Liam Cooper, and now Illan Meslier. Meslier pushes the ball forward to Strout. It looks like Watford maybe they're playing two up top as well now. As Lajovic seems to have a potentially, unless it's just for the Bayo pushing on when Leeds are in possession. Ampadu. We talked about their 1-0 thrashing that Watford suffered here in the Premier League. This is it was at half-time, it was a 0-0 thrashing. The big difference being Leeds not able to notch, and that's given Watford and their manager Valérien Ismaël the chance to try and come up with a plan that will ensure that the second half is a very different spectacle. Had Leeds been able to score, then Watford would have to have had a real go to try and get back in the game. Leeds will have to work out what it is exactly that maybe Watford have done here and do it quickly.
Yeah, that's right. But of course, when we were in possession, we're trying to find the space and the open man, but it does very much look like three at the back.
Ampadu. Back to Meslier. Somerville with a little flicked header. Porteous diverts it out to Andrews. Goes back to Porteous. Keeps it away from Jorginho, and then it's played into the centre circle where Ampadu comes in quickly to win it back for Leeds, and then Byram just being closed down, just plays it over the top and hopes that somebody's going to chase it. Pirot's on his way, and Porteous just feigns to kick the ball and then lets it roll out because he knows it's a Watford throw-in.
How many times have we said that? Ampadu just sticks his leg in the way and stops an attack. He's done that really well, but we now need the other side of it. We need to find a key to unlock this defence.
Throw in long down the near side touchline. Cooper with a looping header for Leeds. Porteous again up there to win it. Cooper just puts it up in the air once more. Jorginho's underneath it. So is Somerville. Somerville tries to get the ball to Jorginho. Strong challenge coming in from Serralta. Leeds win it back briefly through Byram, and the ball just pinged around all over the place at the moment, and ends up for the feet of Meslier. So that tells you deep in that Leeds half. Shackleton, poor ball given away. Leeds have got to try and win it back quickly here. Ampadu again tries to do that. Shackleton can't get to it. You know, when Ampadu had made the challenge though, and Watford have it in the Leeds half with Lewis. Back towards the halfway line it comes, and Deli Bashiru. And then now Serralta all the way across the right side to Andrews. Andrews in field. Ampadu goes in, stays down. Referee's going to stop play because both players have stayed down after the challenge there in midfield. And Ampadu is head down in the turf at the moment, holding his ankle.
I hope he's okay. Yep, he's getting up as well. That looked to be a bit of an awkward one. Once again, Ampadu just trying to get in there quickly. Ran straight into the foot of the Watford player.
Ampadu's up and looks okay. Bayo limped away, and Watford have got a free kick for that challenge. Looked like it was a 60. No, what is it? 50-50. That's the one, isn't it?
60-60.
It's different. Loser takes it towards the edge of the penalty area. Ampadu just puts it up in the air to clear it. Somerville's underneath it. Cooper's underneath it again. And Pirot plays it into a bit of space, looking to try and get Kamara onto the ball. Kamara's tackled, gets up. Ball's taken off him by Bayo. Bayo moving towards the byline. Byram's in front of him, and it comes off Byram, and it's going to be a Watford throw-in down by the corner flag. And you would say that even in the early minutes of this second half, inside 5 minutes, that it looks like a different proposition potentially for Leeds United here.
It does. They have changed their formation, and they look certainly in better areas of the pitch, not allowing us certainly the ease to get through them as easy in the first 45. Andrews
trying to whip the ball in. He does that. He's overhit it. He's going to sail behind for a goal kick. And Mellier's happy just to let somebody in the south stand retrieve the ball and throw it back to him. And then Leeds take a short goal kick, and the ball is still in the penalty area. Meslier plays it forward to Ampadu, back to Meslier, slightly high-pitched.
And breathe.
And Meslier again goes long. Jorginho and Pirot. Jorginho, great flick on. Pirot was where he was meant to be, just over his shoulder, but the ball didn't quite arrive there. Somerville wins it back well for Leeds on the near side, and then he's brought down just outside the penalty area by Serralta. Not for the first time this afternoon. Somerville's
has to be a yellow.
Run is halted by a fairly late challenge.
Wow. Not sure what you have to do. Gets away with it again. Somerville does really well to pick it up, and then certainly attacks the defenders, but that's a dangled leg, brings him down.
You'd say Premier League, that's a yellow card all day long, isn't it? Sure.
Absolutely. Now, Somerville, we know he can whip in a good ball. Let's see if he can do it this time.
Ball is pretty much level with the edge of the Watford penalty area. In it goes, beyond everybody, towards the far post, and then panic stations at the back, so it's headed behind by Serralta.
Well, I think the ball initially wasn't convincing, so the players didn't really make the run, but it did actually get all the way through to Watford player that got a little touch, but then it just bounced inside the 18-yard box, which normally you'd want one of your men just on the end of it, but we couldn't.
So Somerville goes to the far side to take the corner kick that results. Crescencio Somerville with the ball into the box. Heads go up, it's headed clear. James hits the ball against the back of the Watford player. Ampadu. Byram. Header to intervene. Kamara back to Byram again. Byram on this near side, trying to work space with Kamara. Trying to get the other side of the big figure of Kayembe, who blocked him.
Kayembe, yeah, he's just come on, hasn't he? And so he's that holding midfielder where Serralta was playing in the first half. Serralta's dropped back to the back three, but Kayembe, you're right, he's a unit, isn't he?
He's one of those players you have to run around.
Absolutely. Strong boy.
Watford have a throw in, down below. Down the line it goes. Cooper wins the header. Pirro trying to get it down to Somerville. Headed into the path of Byram. Tackles clattering in as Pirro trying to get it to Somerville. So tight and congested right down below us here as we sit on the gantry in the West Stand. And the play is being played in a little pocket of space down below us. Byram with a throw down the line to Somerville. Drifts inside the challenge. Somerville brought down again. And Andrews, who was yellow carded, wasn't he, first half, is allowed to walk away without further punishment.
Well, Liam Cooper's having a chat with the referee, and rightly so, because you know how many times can this sort of thing happen? It's another foul on Somerville, and of course they will mark him tightly, try and stop him playing. He's a danger man for them, but at the same time, foul's a foul.
Somerville, gloves on, places the ball. One man, Watford wall. Don't suppose the ball's going to go anywhere close to where he's standing, loser. It's going to go towards the far side of the penalty area, surely, where all the white shirts wait. Somerville gets the signal. Whips it in goalwards, put too much on it. I think he tried to do something different there, didn't he, with it, but too much power and it sails over the bar.
He actually is aiming for Pirro because the first free kick, that's what they were talking about. Pirro makes that near run nice and early. And because of that, you've got to whip it in. And he just got it way too high. The direction was fine, but the height was not.
Ball out to the far touchline. Watford working it into the Leeds half, and Lewis is on the charge, and Watford have got a few forward here as Lewis cuts the ball back to the edge of the penalty area. The shot comes in. Cooper makes the block. Out for Andrews. Andrews pings it back into the middle. Shackleton clears away. Only as far as Serralta. And back to Andrews again, who's played it into space down the edge of the penalty area. And then it's clipped up into the box. It takes a deflection. It comes out for Pirro on his chest. But Pirro's beaten to the ball. Not quite strong enough there, Joel Pirro. And Watford come once more with Loser into the penalty area. Meslier waited a moment. Timed his little run off the line to perfection, and then he just drops it into the path of Kamara to try and get the ball forward for Leeds. 10 minutes gone in this second half, still 0-0. Now James, and then as a run on here, the ball's overhit from James, and Jorginho will chase gamely, but the best he can, and then the flag is raised anyway for an offside against Jorginho. So effort expended for nothing.
Yeah, absolutely nothing. The ball was a real poor one because it was such an easy ball, and Jorginho must have just been half a yard the wrong side of the defender as well. But got to get this crowd going, give them something to cheer about. But somehow, second half, Watford have come out certainly better organised, and their setup is causing us one or two problems.
Backman. Strout beaten in the air. Goes back from Byram to Meslier. To the far side of the penalty area to Shackleton under a bit of pressure. Goes back to Meslier. Does well.
Not a problem.
Rojovic charging towards him. Plays the ball beyond the striker. Leeds cut the ball back, and there's a few grumblings of frustration from the home supporters. Not surprising, I guess. Leeds are 3.5 games into the Championship home campaign, and still haven't been in the lead in a game. Meslier over the top, but beyond Jorginho. He'll chase anyway. Andrews is behind it. Andrews rolls away from him, and then it comes off Byram, who's come forward to block him off, and it'll be a Watford throw-in just to the left of their technical area, where Valérien Ismaël claps his hands together. Former Barnsley and West Brom manager in England anyway. Down the line it goes. Byram wins the header. Pirro underneath it. Pirro closed off by Kayembe. Leeds get a throw in. Byram to take it. Anthony appears for a run down the near side touchline, potentially warming up.
That would be the obvious change.
Somerville shoots! And the goalkeeper drops to his left and makes the save. And that was as clear a sight of goal as Leeds have had all afternoon.
Well, certainly it was an excellent effort, but Pirot again was screaming for it because I think his position was a good one. But Somerville just slips him in there, but doesn't. Goes for the goal instead. So much of the goal to aim at as well. That actually is a poor finish because there is 2 or 3 yards to the left of Bachmann that he could have just slotted it home.
Makes a block there, Somerville, but it breaks for Kayembe. And then it's played wide towards the far side. And Watford have possession in their own half with Hoot. The ball headed wide to Lewis. Lewis in the Leeds half. Goes back and then it's back in Watford's half. Again with Hoot. He's gone cross field with the ball to Andrews. Takes it down on his thigh, on his near side. And then good challenge by Byram. Can he set Leeds going here, Sam Byram? Well, Andrews has got back well at him. And potentially a foul there. And the referee's given it. Totting up process against Andrews surely must put him close now.
Close. Crikey. The driver's licence to be taking it off him. He'll be banned for 6 months. I mean, at some point now we have to change the course of this game, don't we? So just looking to the bench, I'm looking down there. Gruev and Anthony are warming up. Vader as well. Yeah. So those are the sort of players you'd expect to possibly come on.
Certainly Leeds have not created as much in this second half as they did in the first, when they were rampant without managing to score. Jorginho trying to put pressure on the defender, Serralta. He ends up with a throw-in down by the corner flag, Watford's corner flag, that is. Serralta motioning teammates in towards him, goes long down the line. Byram wins the header. Pirot tried to cushion the ball into the path of James. It's cleared away into the green spaces over on the far side. Attendance today 36,236, and there are 1,966 Watford fans. Cooper, Kamara, Somerville, lovely back heel, but Kamara ran into trouble there. Loser took it off him. Ball goes out wide to Lewis. Plays it out straight to Struijk, and then short cushion pass to Shackleton. Now Ampadu. He's dropped that one invitingly in the air for the challenge, but Leeds win it back quickly with Somerville to go past the first challenge. Somerville still going. Somerville, little ball into Pirot, shoots, and it's always rising, and it's over the top, and more frustration for Leeds United.
It is, because that time Pirot did get the ball and saw it in time with plenty of the goal to hit. Unfortunately couldn't quite tuck it away. Somerville, once again, a good run, attracts 4 Watford players. That's just a little wild.
So another chance, another moment for Leeds. At some point soon, Leeds will begin to worry. What they can't do, I guess, is get overly anxious. Got to keep playing. Half an hour to go in this game. Still 0-0.
Yes, keep playing at a high tempo. That seems to make Watford certainly struggle. We've got to make sure we test them in every single way.
Quick throw out for Byram. Oh, he's done really well there, Byram. Invited Andrews' challenge and then nipped it past him. Still going forward, Sam Byram. Into the middle it goes to Ampadu. Ampadu has runners out wide, gives it to James. James on the edge of the box, back to Ampadu. Ampadu, little ball into Pirot. Readjust to get it. Now then, space for Shackleton. Trying to play the ball into James, and it's just knocked behind. It's a Leeds United corner.
Good play. Sam Byram on his left-hand side did really well just to flick it over the oncoming Andrews and then set up an attack that ended on that right-hand side. James over there. This time he's going to take the corner kick.
Yeah, change of corner taker. Somerville's been taking them all up until now. James now designated with that role from the far side. Clipped into the middle, headed clear, comes out for Somerville, takes it down, maybe thought about the volley, thought again, gives it to James. James to attack the byline. James held up by Andrews, ball goes out for another Leeds United corner. And James has stayed over there to deliver this one in as well. In fairness, the lads in the middle for Watford have dealt well with the corners so far, but now Leeds have tried to vary it with a short one to Somerville. Just outside the area, back it goes to James. It's all stopped. Somerville has it once more. Andrews right in his face. Little step over and another. Somerville teeing it up for Ampadu. Launches it into the far side of the penalty area. Byron was waiting, but it was headed out by Serralta for a Leeds throw in.
Lovely little chip to the back post, wasn't from Ampadu.
Jorginho makes a mazy run in towards Byron for a throw in. He's not going to get it though, I don't think. And Leeds not sure what to do with the throw in. Byron does give it to Jorginho. Two players tight to his back as he tries to roll between the pair of them. And earns Leeds another throw in. All the play still again down below us here. Down by the corner flag now to our left. Byron with the ball in his hands. Jorginho again dropping side to side. Gives it to Somerville this time. Byron plays it in to Byron. Just surrounded by yellow shirts, and it's hit the referee on the back, and that would be Watford's ball when the ball is dropped down, because it was they who played it forward, and that's a real shame because I think Leeds were ready to intercept that one anyway.
Well, also he played it forward to no one because there was no one there.
And the referee indicates that it will be Watford's advantage from the drop ball. And they have a chance to clear a ball that they were in danger of losing. Porteous picks it up and is allowed to just run forward with it. And then Jorginho's got to be careful. He's on a yellow card. As again, Watford trying to take a quick free kick, and they just kick it against Somerville. Again, Loser was trying to do what happened to Jorginho in the first half. And he was yellow carded for it. On this occasion, the referee says nothing doing because Somerville was trying to get away from it. Back it comes to Bachmann, 25 minutes to go. He clears it up into the Leeds half. Byram underneath it. Somerville on the ground, pushed to the ground. Another foul on Somerville. And the referee steps in, if only to stop Leeds taking it quickly, is it? Somerville staying down, and now back up on his feet. And Liam Cooper, it looks like, will take the free kick from 10, 15 yards inside the Leeds half. Goes backwards with it to Strauch. And Strauch out to Shackleton over on the right, still in Leeds territory. Back it comes to Pascal Strauch again. Across the back for Liam Cooper to Kamara. Kamara infield to Ampadu. Pressed. Gives it back to Kamara. Leeds struggling to get out to the block in their own half at the moment. Now Strauch. Back to Meslier. Watford closing down. Mellier's got time if he wants to go long, and Pirro actually set off on a run through the middle there. Meslier goes short. Ampadu lays it off to Strauch. Strauch gives it back to Ampadu and back to Strauch again. And the possession is good, but Leeds are not where they want to be with the ball, which is the other end of the park. This would be great if you're 1-0 up.
Oh, Cooper there could have just stepped out and give it to Kamara. Didn't even see him.
Watford step up. Now there's space for Strauch. He's got to carry this forward. Plays it out wide to Shackleton, but he's under pressure from Lewis. Goes back into Somerville, who doesn't manage to return the ball. And that's the problem. Strauch does well. Strong challenge. Gets it to Ampadu. Now there's a little bit of space. Jorginho skips through two challenges. Does well. Brings James into it. Pirro's racing through the middle. James into the edge of the penalty area. Curls it in. Pirro! Yes! Pirro! Pirro! Leeds United are in front here at Ellen Road. It's been a long time coming. It's been worth the wait. Great ball in from James, and Pirro with a fine finish. Leeds United at last won. Watford 0.
It's a great finish as well, but what about that piece of skill from Jorginho on the halfway line? Superb. And then plays it out to James, and the ball this time was quality. And Pirot was pointing to where he wanted it. And then the hitman, well, calm as you like, stuck it away. Here's the really good work from Jorginho. And James looked at this position throughout this game, but can you find the right sort of cross? And this time he could. And Joel Pirot, he just goes into the right position and sticks it home. Great goal.
Striker's goal. And Pirot adds to his total already. Another few quid repaid as Watford make a change and bring Asprilla into the action now. And Leeds United know that there are 22 minutes and a bit remaining here. And Leeds, for the first time this season, are in front in a game at Ellen Road.
What do we do now, Bryn?
I don't know.
I'm not sure either. Well, let's hope the boys out there do. Ampadu's just, you can see, signalling to everyone, just keep calm, use your head, keep doing the right things. And let's try and, if we can, get another goal. If we can't, let's see this game out.
My preference would be for Leeds to get another goal, obviously.
Mine would be actually another 2 goals, if we're doing that sort of thing. But yeah, absolutely, just keep going. Oh,
Jorginho again. Lovely ball in. Somerville's in the penalty area. Somerville's through. Oh, he's cut it back just behind Pirot. Some super skill in the build-up there for Leeds United. Still 4 Leeds on the edge of the penalty area with Shackleton. Wow, that would be one to enjoy when you look back later. Starting with Jorginho on this near side. And he's warming to the task, isn't he, Jorginho?
Just a bit, just a bit. That's what confidence does for a player.
Corner kick Leeds as Watford panic under pressure and slice the ball behind for a Leeds set-piece opportunity.
Well, we talked about it at half-time, didn't we, that because we didn't score in that first 45, you could see Watford thinking, you know what, we're in this game, we've still got a point, we've been absolutely battered, but maybe we can step it up in second half with the changes. That's exactly what they did do. But we got the goal at a really important time as well to push them back on their haunches, and actually down on his haunches is the goalkeeper, Backman.
Yeah, he's okay. I think he's back up, just holding his groin a little there. Leeds will take the corner kick. And Jorginho's name rings out around Ellen Road. Dan James. Can he deliver the ball required? Into the middle!
Yes!
Oh, yes, he can! Sam Byram rises through the crowd and powers his header beyond the dive of Backman. Great headed goal, and Leeds United very swiftly 2 up here now. Leeds 2, Watford 0.
Wow, what a fantastic bullet header from Sam Byram. What's he doing in there? We know that he's certainly a tall fullback, but my goodness, he took that extremely well. And once again, Dan James with the assist. But Watford, well, we really have put them to the sword. 2-0. It's an excellent goal and nothing more than we deserve. It's a good ball in, but Byram is left all alone, 7-8 yards out. Makes really good connection with it. Just gets something on it. Backman couldn't keep it out. And Bryn, we are now 2-0 up at home. Honestly, we are.
Remember, Leeds United have not won a home game since the first week of April, and so this is better. This is good. This is very good.
You're right. It is very good. And that first half, we expect at least I've got a goal or 2 out of that, but we didn't. So we had to remain patient. Watford have changed things, yet still we kept plugging away. And we finally got our rewards with 2 excellent finishes.
And when you've waited since April, and you've waited all season to see your side take the lead, don't be surprised if Ellen Road looks like a bit of a carnival venue just at the moment, because all around the ground people are having a disco. Leeds come again. James. Lots of space now. And Watford have really got to come out now. And Leeds' aim will be to try and perhaps exploit that. Cooper near side. Need to keep possession. Cooper keeps the ball away from Rojovic. Gives it in to Byram. Byram to Somerville. Somerville quickly sets off sees the run of James and then ignores it. Goes wide right side to Pirro instead. Pirro up to the edge of the box almost. Then needs support from Shackleton. Shackleton, he's lost possession there. He did well to get forward and help Pirro, and Pirro's happy just to concede the foul in the Watford half when they take a quick free kick to try and get things going again, the away team here. And little exchange of passes, breaks down on the far side, and Leeds end up with a throw-in.
73rd minute, Bryn. I'm feeling a little more comfortable, I have to say, but what is important now is we keep playing at that high tempo, just keep making it very difficult for this Watford side to get anything or get back into this game if we can. Let's get another one.
Somerville. Good ball. Jorginho, edge of the penalty area, wide of goal. Jorginho taking on the defender, goes past him. He's into the penalty area, rolls it into the middle. He saw James make the move, and the defender gets a block to keep it away from him. Leeds still have it though with Byram. Edge of the box, Jorginho again. Jorginho, absolute box of tricks here at the moment. Jorginho holds it up, plays it into the middle, through the legs of the defender. It's cleared out as far as Byram. Again, Jorginho has it. Chips it, just ahead of Byram there, and it goes behind. And
this is like the Harlem Globetrotters of football. I mean, some of the skills that Jorginho is showing out there, really impressive. Of course, you want an end product from it, but I tell you what, so difficult to mark. Watford defenders, I would say, would love to get this game over with and not have to face him again for a while.
Well, we're getting a sense of what the large transfer outlay was about there. And Jorginho is putting on a blue ribbon display in this second half. He's been good in the first half, to be fair. Some outrageous skills. It's going to be a great little skills reel for somebody to put together in the LUTV team in the aftermath of this one. Ampadu strides forward for Leeds United. Hair flying behind him in the wind. Gets the ball back on that far side from Shackleton. Now look at the space in front of Kamara all of a sudden. To James. James on that far side touchline to Shackleton and back to Kamara in the Watford half, well in the Watford half. Two out wide on this near side if they want to switch it. Byram has it now through the middle to Somerville, who's come in from the touchline. Back it goes to Byram. Somerville with a return ball. Unlucky. Sam Byram almost played a brilliant 1-2 with Crescencio Somerville there. Shows great understanding between the two. Just too far ahead of Somerville. It went behind for a goal kick.
Yeah, Sam Byram has been superb. Really has, and that understanding with Somerville is impressive. Quick 1-2s and almost into the path of Somerville, who would have been in on goal again. 15
minutes to go. Leeds United 2, Watford 0. Two quick goals in this second half. Backman's goal kick clearance. Strout battling away. Shackleton battling away. Strout gets a foot hook round it, and Meslier has to come out and get a little cushion header off Liam Cooper. Just to bring a calm end, a calm end to the situation. I hesitated because Meslier waited before picking the ball up off the toes of Rojovic there. Liam Cooper goes back to Meslier once more. Meslier delivers long. Byram is not going to set off in pursuit of that one. He was 30 the other week. Think about these things. Porteous with the ball for Watford, pressured by Jorginho. Jorginho, that loping stride of his, and rolls his shoulders as he runs. Shifts the balance from one side to the other as he's on the ball. Watford across the back to Andrews. Andrews plays a good ball into space down the right side of the Leeds United penalty area, and it's curled into the middle, and the shot goalwards is just wide, and Meslier didn't move. And the shot from almost on the penalty spot from Bayo, well, really should have scored.
He should have scored. That's a great chance. And Meslier absolutely had no chance. Esprit has put a really good ball in, and middle of the goal, just needs to guide it into the bottom corner. And Bayo, I think it was a bouncing ball which made it a little bit more difficult for him, but he put it wide. Meslier rooted to the spot. He's never getting there.
Meslier slices this attempted ball forward, and Shackleton won't keep that in play. So Watford have a throw in. just a little reminder to Leeds, this game is not done. 13 minutes to go. Watford throw in the midway inside the Leeds half. Lewis will take it eventually. In it comes to Bayo. Breaks into the box, Leeds need to clear. Pirro can't make a proper contact on it. Gets a second chance to pass out the box this time. Better. And then Jorginho going into battle on that far side. He's kept away from the ball and has committed a foul, actually. And Watford take a quick free kick. Too quick, says the referee. Tells them to re-spot the ball. It's just in from the far side touchline in front of the east stand. And they take it down the line to Lewis. And Lewis brings the ball in field. Plays it back to Kayembe. Kayembe through the middle for Watford. Rolls the ball onto Lewis. Leeds win it back with Kamara. Back to Meslier. Ooh, just got it to Meslier there ahead of the oncoming Bayo. And Kamara maybe just feeling it a little bit now.
Yeah.
He's made his first start for Leeds today. He's been a few weeks out of action. Maybe that's a potential change to come in the closing 10 minutes or so, with Archie Gray waiting as a ready-made replacement for Leeds.
I don't think he played much pre-season, either did he at Glasgow Rangers, so he certainly will be a little short on the fitness, but he's had a very good game to this point.
Headed forward, Watford in Leeds half again. Andrews on the halfway line. There will be a change made, but it's Leeds who are going to bring Anthony on. As Kayembe under pressure from Pirro. Almost given away to Jorginho, but Kayembe does well, actually, just to wriggle away from him and keep possession and give it out wide to the left side to Lewis, who's midway inside the Leeds United half. Lewis up to the edge of the penalty area. Ampadu strong in the challenge. Excellent play by Ethan Ampadu. Outstanding. Leaves his man on the ground, emerges with the ball and now waits for runners. Somerville comes forward and it's going to break to Somerville on this near side in a bit of space. Defenders in front of him, he runs into the first of them, and then Somerville, actually for the first time I think almost all afternoon, trips his opponent, who's about 3 foot taller than him, and Watford get a free kick. And the change will be made now. Andrews to come on. Anthony rather to come on. Andrews is in the opposition team, and Somerville the man to come off. And Somerville's had a good game for Leeds.
Yep, he certainly has. Always looked sharp and inventive. Daniel Farker there just giving him a hug, and rightly so.
Watford making more changes as well with the Georgian player. I was hoping he wasn't going to come on, but Chak Vatadze is the man who's coming on.
Vatadze, there you go.
So bad,
that's the boy.
Chak Vatadze comes on, and Lewis from that left side will come all the way across the park to be replaced by the Georgian international. And he goes presumably all the way across that far side to replace Lewis.
Well, they're looking at each other saying, well, how are we playing? What formation are we doing? But Chak Vatadze, you're right, has just gone to that left-hand side.
Backman with a free kick forward for Watford. Strout wins the header. Anthony gets his first touch. Lays it nicely into the path of James. Sets off over the halfway line. Lots to do still, Dan James here, as he holds it up just away from the penalty area. Still with the ball at his feet, and ultimately wins Leeds United the throw-in. Done good work for Leeds there, James. Wasn't a lot of support inside him.
Well, the ball was on actually to Jorginho nice and early. Didn't get his head up in time, but at least he then kept it. Didn't give it away, and wins a throw-in on that far side.
Which Shackleton will take. You know the Welsh international can do no wrong. Shackleton just outside the penalty area, going to the byline to cut the ball back. It's a good ball as well, just into the path, unfortunately, of Kayembe to clear. Strout, though, up in that Watford half, gets a touch on it, and then it's the substitute who's just come on who gets his first touch, and then Watford with Porteous play the ball out towards Andrews on this near side on the halfway line. Anthony closes him down, so Serralta is brought into play to Porteous. And Porteous onto the edge of the centre circle, still in Watford's half. As Leeds have a job to off the ball as well as on it now. Archie Gray's been called back to the dugout now. Poveda also. As Watford have it on that left side, on the halfway line. swinging crossfield ball. Byram's going to win that in the air. Just nods it into touch, happy enough to do that on the halfway line. Serralta wants to get the game going quickly, throws it back to Porteous. And Porteous into the centre circle. Kayembe pursued by Ampadu. Holds the ball away from him, brings it back to Porteous, scoops it up in the air into a bit of space for Watford to attack into now with the Sprilla up to the edge of the penalty area. Ampadu wins it and gives it to Byram. Now Anthony spots the pass onto James on that right side. And Dan James will set off on a little bit of a run, not at high speed at the moment. Now he starts to accelerate, now he stops and waits for teammates to come and help him. That's all he needs to do really at this stage.
Yep, keep the ball up, keep it moving.
38th minute in this second half. Byram. Anthony stands in front, he gets the ball now. Anthony runs across the centre circle and then stops and goes back to Pascal Struijk, who goes wide to Shackleton. And it goes to Anthony, who continued his crossfield run. Now James in from the touchline. He'll touch off the opponent, so that goes out for a Leeds throw-in. Nicely worked up to the edge of the Watford penalty area. Shackleton is told to wait because the Leeds changes will be made now. Archie Gray coming into the action, Jan Poveda also. Board goes up and it will be Joel Pirot, who's scored his first Ellen Road goal this afternoon, who's the first of the changes. And all around the ground, 34,000 people stand to applaud him off.
Absolutely. Such an important signing for us. Already we are reaping the rewards of his goals, and none more so than today.
So Gray on for Pirot, and Dan James, who's also played a big part. 2 assists for Dan James. He comes to the touchline to be replaced by Jan Poveda. Big hug. And a kiss on the cheek from Daniel Farker for Pirot, and a pat on the back for Dan James.
Just a little surprised that Kamara is still on there, because he does look as if he is tiring, but he might see the game out.
He's an experienced player, experienced international football, played loads of European football, highest level. So maybe just his presence out there is useful to some of these younger players. As Gray, one of them, goes to the corner flag to get possession for Leeds and win Leeds United a throw-in. 5 minutes remaining of normal time here at Ellen Road. Leeds United with a 2-goal lead and a throw-in over on the far side, midpoint between the edge of the penalty area and the corner flag. Shackleton, ball in hand, and it goes to Anthony, keen to get involved as much as he can. Wins Leeds a good corner kick there, as he just invited the challenge of Porteous, and he's going to stay there himself to take the corner. And Leeds are happy enough to throw the big guys forward. Remember, Byram it was who powered in the second goal, a header from a corner kick. Attendance confirmed for those inside the stadium. Anthony with the corner kick for Leeds United. Awaits a bit of movement in the penalty area, gives the signal now. Curls it in, not the best. Too low into the near post, comfortably cleared away. Shackleton picks it up, won back by Poveda, and Shackleton again in his own half, goes back all the way towards Meslier. He's got to get out of the penalty area, sharpish there, and he does, and just clears the ball into touch, slightly under hit from Jamie Shackleton towards Meslier. The goalkeeper had to race out the box to clear into touch. Ball is back with Porteous just outside the Watford penalty area. Porteous looks forward and then stops and then looks square to Serralta. Anthony's in his face, so he goes back to Bachmann, the goalkeeper. Straight ball from Bachmann to Serralta. Poor pass, and it's picked up by Anthony. He can go at them. Oh, lovely skills. Lovely skills. Finished. Oh, it would have been a wonderful goal. Tried to curl it beyond the dive of Bachmann, but Bachmann got the angles all right and made ultimately a comfortable save. Great tackle by Kamara. Poveda goes down, foul, and Leeds so close to a third goal there.
Oh, Jaden Nancy, you can see he's rubbing his hands together, because that was oh so close of being a brilliant goal. He thought, should he pass it? Instead, he nutmegs the first, cuts inside the second. And you just wonder, don't watch the eyes, could he have whipped it into that near post? But really was good play, and delighted for him as well. Debut at Ellen Road here. They want to put on a bit of a show and show the fans what, hopefully, there's more to come.
Ball is over on the far side, just inside the Leeds half. Well, it was in the Leeds half, and then Pervader's done well again, making a nuisance of himself, getting in front of the man with possession. And a card is shown to Watford's Bio.
He's getting a little frustrated out there. He, of course, has missed their best chance, Watford, in this second half. He certainly could have scored, but that was a hack, wasn't it, on Pervader?
Inside the final 3 minutes now here at Ellen Road. Leeds edging closer towards the first home league win of the season. At the fourth time of asking. 3 draws prior to this one. Strauch all the way back to Meslier on the edge of the D. Out it comes to Liam Cooper. Cooper back into the box to Pascal Strauch. And then back to Meslier. Just kick it, lads.
They are, to each other.
All right, kick it a long way. Jorginho in his own half. Oh, look at this. Oh, look at this. This is beautiful. Anthony is through. Anthony into the ball.
Yes!
Oh, what a goal that is. Jorginho. Magical approach play. Anthony with a fine finish. Oh, that's a lovely way to round off the afternoon. Oh, we like that. Leeds United 3, Watford 0.
That's brilliant. It is absolutely brilliant. Jorginho again. I tell you what, that showreel, he's got one game and it's going to be a showreel. Some of the stuff he's done in this game has been superb, but then the ball to Jayden Anthony, who really does finish it with aplomb. Great play here. Jorginho does one, does two. But then it's the pass. Timing, pace, everything's perfect. And Jayden Anthony, with 2 coming towards him, this time makes no mistake. He does slot it into that far corner. And it's a superb goal, 3-0, and we've deserved that.
Yeah, it doesn't flatter Leeds United
no, not at all.
in any way, shape or form. In fact, frankly, could easily have been quite a few more. Because, I mean, Watford have been played off the park, haven't they, here?
The only surprising thing is that they were still in it at half-time, because they should have been dead and buried there and then. But yes, they've had a good 15 minutes in the second half where they reorganised and certainly looked more solid. But once we got to grips with that, only ever going to be one winner.
Changes made. Ayling on for Leeds. Shackleton off. Kamara has had a fine game for Leeds United in midfield. Is also coming off, and Gruev will come on to get his first win out here at Ellen Road. So that's the full raft of changes completed by a very, very happy Daniel Farke, who I'm looking forward to interviewing after the final whistle. It's always good anyway, but I think today he'll be beaming, and rightly so as well.
Well, there's no doubt, isn't it, that everything he has wanted from his side he has seen today.
Strauch to Ayling. 5 added minutes. You know what? I take more. I take more at this stage. 3-up. Ayling to Pervader. Go on, lads. Do a bit more. Give it to Jorginho.
A few more tricks, come on.
Well, it's not going to happen in every game, obviously, but well, maybe it will. I don't know. But he's enjoyed this second half. It's been an outstanding performance, one of many. But there's so much to enjoy when you see football played like that. You don't see it very often, do you?
No, because a lot of the time that's really.
There's another for the reel.
What a flick that is! Jorginho stopping.
Great. Oh, what a shame. What a shame he's offside. And Jorginho was waiting in the middle, because there's one thing that Jorginho deserves at this stage, and that's a goal. And,
he's smiling. He is loving it. Absolutely loving it. Which, you know what? It's fine. At 3-0 up. Okay. We're fine with that.
Time and a place.
Time and a place, exactly.
As Watford push one ball off the pitch to make sure there's only one on. We've got a minute and a half of the added time period. Ball played up towards the edge of the Leeds United penalty area. Rojovic, who's not had a kick in the second half.
No, and I have to say, we look at all the I suppose, forward play that has really impressed. I think Strauch's had a fine game as well against him. I think he's been superb, winning everything in the air, nice and solid with his passing as well.
But he scored a few since he arrived, Rojovic, on the signing front, since he came into the club. So he's shown an ability to score in the Championship. Not today, though. Not even been close.
Not had a sniff, has he?
No. Watford come with a spree out to Andrews, out to the penalty area. Well, those Leeds defenders now will want that clean sheet. They'll do anything to get that clean sheet. And you saw Cooper first and then Ampadu as well. And I think Daniel Farker may, down below, have just produced a moment of incredible skill. That's what the big roar was for. I think the ball dropped out the air to him and he killed it dead with a trap on the edge of the technical area. I think there's a wry smile on his face now. Still got it.
All the party tricks are coming out here.
Sign him on, sign him on, sign him on is the chant. Well, effectively, he is signed on, but to a slightly different role. Long ball forward, one in the air, but Ayling's underneath it for Leeds. They've got the bit between their teeth still here. Poveda carries the ball forward. Ampadu into space for Jorginho. Jorginho to Anthony. And didn't quite fall for Poveda on the edge of the penalty area. A minute and a half left of the added time period. Gruev, header. On to Poveda. Poveda sees the space. Ayling's arriving just outside the area. Plays it on to Poveda, going to the byline. And I think that'll be a goal kick, yeah. Final touch of Jan Poveda there. And Luke Ayling tried to just thread the ball into his path. Poveda at pace couldn't get it under control. And it will be a Watford goal kick. And Bachmann, who was the star of the first half for Watford, it's been a very different experience for him after the break.
Well, if he wasn't, they'd be 5 down, wouldn't they? And that's the thing. So he has played well, but eventually pressure has told.
Ampadu.
Oh, wonderful again.
Goes off on a run again, Ethan Ampadu. Plays the ball, almost for Jan Poveda. Well, Jorginho tried something audacious from a long way out there, and he actually hit the back of Poveda. And that took all the sting out the shot, and he's disappointed. He saw a moment of incredible glory beckoning there. Didn't work out quite. Ball's in the Leeds penalty area. Ayling trying to great save. What a save, Meslier. Well, when you want to keep a clean sheet, you need your goalkeeper occasionally to be able to do that. And it's high fives all round for Meslier, because that has kept Watford out.
Certainly has. Great crossfield pass to Chakvetadze on that left-hand side, who just cuts inside, gets the better of Luke Ayling, then lets fly. It's straight at the keeper, but Meslier, it's such a fierce shot, has to react so quickly. It's a really good reaction save by the Frenchman.
Added time of added time. As the corner kick comes in low to the near post. Cleared out towards this near side of the penalty area. And then pushed back to Asprilla. Curls it in. Full-time whistle sounds. Leeds United have emphatically claimed a first home league win of the Championship season. Took a while, but once Leeds got into the groove, the goals started flying in. And we've seen some great goals, and we've seen some great performances as well. Jorginho, absolutely outstanding for Leeds up front. Others have made a huge contribution to this game as well. So Leeds stretch the unbeaten run, they record another clean sheet, and they score 3 goals and put 3 more points on the board. This has been an excellent afternoon's work all round. Leeds United 3, Watford 0.
Well, this is exactly what we required, wasn't it, for the start of this game at home. Need to get on a winning run, make this place a fortress. But I tell you what, the way they did it was superb. After the first 45 minutes, we thought, OK, good performance, but we're just missing that end product. Second half, it made up for it. And you're right, so many good performances, but one does stick out. Jorginho has just been superb. The picture's on him there. The smile is so wide. I'm delighted for him. But lots of other really good performances that shows that we, as a team, I think, are on the up. And let's see how far we can go.
Yeah, it's been a good week, hasn't it? Won away at Millwall last Sunday. Hard-fought draw at Hull in midweek. And an excellent home win here against Watford to wrap it all up. Players will get a little bit of a rest perhaps before we go again next weekend. Long trip for a lunchtime start at Southampton. We'll be setting off soon. In the meantime, plenty to reflect on of a positive nature here at Ellen Road. Players take the applause, richly deserved applause from the home supporters who've waited since April to be able to celebrate a Leeds United victory. Well, they've got a belter here. They've had a really good win to celebrate. And Leeds United walk towards the fans behind the goal, the end at which all three went in. It's been a good day. It's finished here. Leeds United 3, Watford 0.